the fourth of the 4 awards that we've given out, and I have to say, by far, this is the largest group that's been. What a testament to an outstanding union advocate and educator, because those two things are incredibly important today, more so than ever before in the history of public education. And I have some remarks that the communications department wrote, but I want to begin by inviting Joanna to come up and stand with me, because this is the person of the hour. Woke up this morning and it was all like snowy and icy and gloomy. Then when I walked in, it's like you brightened the day. Aww. Not only by what you were wearing, because you're absolutely beautiful, but your smile and your energy. I mean, it was noticeable as I came in. And I have to
it's our space.
And I have to give you a sincere apology. You have never corrected me on saying your name wrong. I've said it wrong since I've met you. Gail says, quit saying her last name like that. You're making me hungry. So Rizzotto, right?
I say Rizzotto, but I would
Rizzotto.
Say,
okay,
it's really not my name. It's my husband's.
Okay.
So that's why I don't correct people.
All right. I just feel horrible, and then Gail tells me today, I'm like, how long have I known her? And she's never said
well,
anything.
Right. No
okay,
worries.
well, that's all right. Well, let me read a little bit, because some of this is what your nominators and some of the people have said about you. But on behalf of the Wisconsin Education Association Council, the largest labor union in Wisconsin, the largest professional organization representing pre-K-12 higher education employees, is proud to present the first ever Excellence in Education Award. We have 4 of these out. There were 17 applicants. There was a committee that got together, read through all the information, and used a rubric in different areas that I'll talk about in just a minute. And then we identified the 4 winners, and Joanna is one of those 4 winners. She is one of 4 WEAC members selected for the honor based on her exemplary performance in the areas of professional practice, advocacy for the teaching profession, attention to diversity, community engagement, and leadership in professional development. That's a lot of stuff to be proficient in and exemplary in. And absolutely, when I got a chance to read them all, wow. Wow, pretty impressive, Joanna. And I'm not going to try saying your last name now because of my name. It is a great achievement for Joanna to have been selected by a committee of past NEA Foundation Excellence in Education Award recipients. Joanna has received other community and state recognitions, including recently from a local TV station as a top teacher and from the Department of Public Instruction for helping students see school in different and important ways. Joanna counts among her accomplishments being a Herb Cole Educational Foundation Teacher Fellow and a member of the Professional Standards Council, which, by the way, is not an easy council to get onto. The Senate Education Committee has to confirm, and they confirmed her, even though she's pretty outspoken when it comes to
and they let me stay.
And they're letting her stay. So, yeah, a huge honor. And that's, I think, also a positive reflection on the South Milwaukee Public Schools, that one of yours, because we have there's like 16, I think, and we have 11 of the 11 members of the Professional Standards Council from WEAC. So of the 423 school districts that are public in the state of Wisconsin, she is representing and doing a really excellent job representing the southeast corner of the state as well as South Milwaukee.
Can I stop you for a second?
You sure
because
can.
The latest thing I'm very excited about.
I wouldn't dare stop her, right?
Well, and on that council, some of you know, I'm just really excited that I was asked to write the recommendations to DPI about teacher retention in the state. And so I think that's really great for all of us.
So in the nominations received, one nominator wrote this about Joanna: I am so grateful that Joanna found the potential in me, and I hope I can continue to learn and grow from her so that one day I can be as strong of a leader as she is today. A former student had this to say about Joanna: Miss Rizzotto, did I get it right? Rizzotto. Okay. Sorry, where's your husband at? Right, sorry about that. Is always innovating new ways to improve the real academy. Having an inquiry-based program leads to significant educational differences between each student. The model allows students to go at their own pace and really invest themselves in their learning. Each child is encouraged by Joanna to define what kind of learning style works best for them and base their term projects around those styles. Ms. Rizzotto is always, did I say it right or is it wrong? Joanna is always going out of her way to address the needs of her students. The attention to diversity that is present in the Real Academy has always humbled me. Students are able to fully represent themselves no matter the labels that the outside world has given them. I can recall several days when we would spend time discussing the health of the community and how it can grow and change. Joanna prioritizes the needs of her students and makes personal growth a primary goal. That's why I was successful. To advance the profession, she is working with a group of educators on teacher voice in the new federal education law and provided advice on our union's latest white paper, Moving Education Forward, which focuses on the restoration of professional status of educators, improvement of school conditions and climate, and establishment of educator attraction and retention policies. I am honored representing 60,000 plus educators who are members of the Wisconsin Education Association to be here today to present the Excellence in Education Award. Let's honor Joanna, outstanding teacher and longtime union member. So people know you here.
Right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. I was, of course, honored, and then I really was just wanting to celebrate with everyone and being always very aware that I'm not alone in this work, you know, or it's not like I'm doing the greatest thing ever by myself. That it is really all of my colleagues and my students. They always bring the pieces to me. In fact, many of my students who are here today, my current students, are here to help me regulate. This is what I told them. I said, I'm the most comfortable in this space with my students. And so, you know, working with kids, you know, in my, throughout my career, people will say, like, maybe you should do this, or maybe you could lead. And I will never give up my connection with students, because that's where I get the energy and the ideas and the forward motion and the vibe. And so I thank you guys for being here and for supporting me and all of that. And then I have many former students in the audience, which I just love. Shout out to Kim. Kim was in my class the first year I was a teacher. Wow. And right. And now. No, I was that was the thing, she's my friend, because when I was a teacher, I was like 22 and she was like 18. So then we've been more like friends. We're friends throughout life, but she was in my you were in 10th grade the first year that I had you. And so anyway, I just love that I have connections, deep connections with many of my students. So thank you, Kim, for being here, and Xavier's here. And Miriam and that beautiful baby, thank you. Lorena, Bryn, I hope I'm not forgetting any of the, Leona is here, she's former now, she's graduated. So thank you so much, and that's the work. So when we talk about our profession and we talk about what teaching is, part of it is I've always just wanted to make like a movie of the people, you know, and what they're out here doing in our world. And the most important thing to me is that they are connected and they're happy and they're moving through and they're always growing and gaining and just bringing goodness into the world. That is the ultimate goal. And if you've been here, you know that is truly the goal, right? We love each other. And so thank you. And to all of my colleagues and my family, I should shout out my husband, Ryan, the most, because believe it or not, he is an educator in no way, you know, or he'll say that, right? He is an educator in no way, and yet he gives me the most profound advice about what I'm doing and what I'm working on, and very honest with me about what I'm seeing and what I'm not seeing in situations. And so I'm always very appreciative. So to my family, thank you very much. And to all of my friends and colleagues who are here, thank you very much. I feel like we're always just getting started. Nothing's ever done, is it? And so thank you to everybody. Thank you just so much. Oh wait, one more thing. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say, because I did want to say this, but I'm like, oh, I didn't prepare anything. What I wanted to say was, I have had the absolute privilege of being an empowered educator. So throughout my career, I really have been able to create and innovate and design and bring my heart to things. And I've been empowered throughout my career, and I want that so badly for teachers coming up. So when I work on my educator retention work and for things, for people coming up in the profession, we've got to get back to empowering people to develop who they are. You know, the programs I've done are strong because they're really rooted in me, and they reflect who I am and what I believe. And that's what kids see, right? They know that I ain't making stuff up here, that it's like, it's from me to them. And then that's what makes those really deep, powerful, meaningful connections and love. Then it's way more than a job. It's about really just helping our world and our communities. So thank you.